Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you saw the review for this piece, the Halloween 4 Michael Myers 1/6 scale figure, I mentioned that I was probably going to end up doing some mods, so tonight's the night. This is the figure completely stock as you would get him, but I am going to repaint the mask a more stark white. I'm going to use padding in the shoulders to bring the suit up and make the shoulders look higher, and that will expose the wrist area quite badly, so I'm going to use some bandages and wrap them around his wrists and put some blood stains on them, because at the beginning of part 4 he was wrapped in bandages after being burnt at the end of the events of part 2. So that's my excuse. It may not be accurate because I don't remember seeing bandages under the coveralls in the movie, but it's my way of covering up the wrist pegs, because I know from trying it in the review for this figure, just briefly when I showed you what it looks like when you bring the shoulders up, instantly it was just, wow, that looks so much more accurate. So it's got to be done. I'm going to do it. I've got everything I need here. I've got my paint to do the mask. I've got various different types of bandages here. I'm going to see which material is the thinnest. I'm going to cut it and just tie it around his wrist and then blood stain it, and I've got to experiment here with different ones. I might be using this like I do with the Ben Affleck Hot Toys Batmans for the beef mod. I'll be using this kind of padding for the shoulders, maybe the waistline a little bit on the sides, just to make them a bit more straight up. But I'll take you through the process as I'm doing it. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget I got this figure and the part 5 and all my horror stuff these days from madabouthorror.co.uk. So this figure and many others are available over on their website, so check them out. They're good people. Right, so I've got the stuff, got the white paint, and I get my paintbrush, and just got to be really careful here with the hairline. I should probably water this down a bit, to be honest. I am using totally the wrong brush here. This brush is way too small. This is for fine detail. I'll be here all night using this. Be very careful. Don't want any paint going over the lines. I'm going to keep it neat. Neat and tidy. Tidy and neat. There we go. Right, so I mean, you get the idea. I'm going to be painting the head. If it's alright with you, I'm going to turn the camera off, carry on painting, and watch the rest of my episode of Big Bang Theory. Okay? So I'll check back with you, fine people, once I'm finished painting. We'll see the results. Yes. Alright, so I have repainted the head, and it's just basically a white paint job. Nothing too complicated about this. Just had to be really careful to go around the eyebrows and not get any paint on those. And that was about it really. Just be careful with the hairline. And now we just have a completely stark white mask. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is start padding the shoulders on the figure here. Actually, no. I need some Copydex. Probably going to need some Copydex glue, folks. Just when you wrap the bandaging around the wrist, you want it to stay in place. So just a pinch of Copydex on the material should work. So I got to go get that. But that's the next thing I'm going to do. We're going to get started on covering up these wrists. Okay, folks. So that was kind of it was kind of easy to do. It's pretty simple. Obviously, take the arms out of the coveralls, pull the coveralls down. You don't have to take them completely off. I just pulled them down around his waist. And then I had the kind of long bandage that you saw, the long thin one. I just kind of slit it down the middle, and then just kind of proceeded to wrap it around his wrist. And then I used the wrist peg here and I just stabbed it through the end, and then that enabled that to stay in place. I tried to glue it in place with this Copydex stuff, and it just wouldn't glue it, so I didn't bother with that in the end. I literally just wrapped it around his arm and then used the wrist peg to kind of stab it through the end so that it would do this. So when I raise up the shoulders now and I put the padding in the shoulder area, it's going to expose more of this, and later on I'm going to weather this with some blood staining and maybe get some of the kind of bandage to drip down a little bit. Maybe not, but we'll see. Hopefully it will look okay. But the main thing is I want to get those shoulders up with this new paint job. I think it's going to be pretty cool, but I'll show you how that goes in a minute. I'm just going to continue working here. Alright, so the bandages around the wrist area have come out okay. Just been adding a bit of blood to them. I'll work more on those later, but now I want to get to the shoulders. Alright, so I used 2 of these, folded them over on themselves, kind of cut them into a nice kind of shape that will sit in the shoulder area here. That might be too much, so I'll see. Let's check it out. Alright, so that's one side stuffed, so significantly higher. And it hasn't actually pulled the sleeve up too much, so that's not too bad. Might have to pad out his waistline, like I said, so I'll probably do that afterwards. But so far, our shoulder pad is working out pretty good. Alright, that has turned out really good, I think. The shoulders have come up quite a bit. And I like the bandaging, the blood around the wrists. And I've padded out the waist section as well. It just makes the whole set of coveralls just sit a little bit better, I think. It makes because of the added height of pulling up, the coveralls onto the higher shoulders now, has made the legs of the coveralls look a little less baggy too. So nothing left to do now but to put on the repainted head, and I'll come back to you, show you how it looks. Okay, there he is, all done. Shoulders have come up. Wrist pegs have been covered. All around proportions just seem to make a little bit more sense now. And the stark white of the mask really cutting through, contrasting nicely against the black. Great white sharp kind of eyes. Brings them out even more. And it makes the hair look more brown. So some really good side effects of the repaint there. But just overall, the difference the shoulder heightening makes. It's just a world of difference there, and it just strikes me now. I'm no expert on Halloween 4 Myers by any stretch, but it does look a lot more like him now to me. I'm no expert, so I could have got something wrong. You go ahead and let me know if you think it's an improvement over the stock figure. It's been fun to do it. It's not a big mod or anything, so I'll keep it short and sweet, folks. And I hope you have found it useful, or at least entertaining during all this lockdown stuff. But absolutely no disrespect meant to Trick or Treat Studios when I do things like this. It's a fantastic figure. Definitely recommend it. I do prefer the part 4 here over the part 5, just because of the look. I think it's closer to the 78. I mean, obviously with this one we have sideburns, which we don't usually have with Myers masks. And I think it's all worked out pretty well. Let me give you a side profile shot. Turn him a little bit here. The waist was padded out to widen it slightly as well. But raising up the shoulders with the padding hasn't really made the collar look too high up either, so that seems to still look good. Let's see it from the back, just in case you want to see, or a little bit skew. Let's check that out. Still looking good. Alright, turn him away. Looks good. Looks fine. So, relatively straightforward mods to do. Be careful if you're repainting the head though. I wouldn't encourage that. That's just, the mask is already pretty much white. It's like an off-white, kind of grey off-white. And once Simon Brandolino sent me a message like saying, you should really go ahead and paint that mask white. I was already kind of aware of it, I've done my research before I did the review. I noticed how white the mask was, but once Simon sent along the word, I was like, yeah, he's right, I should probably get that done. But that looks great there, man. That really looks cool. So, that's about it, folks. If you enjoyed the vid, drop a like on it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more videos just like this one, with various mods and repaints and tips and tricks and all that stuff. Plenty of reviews and showcase videos and comparisons, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are keeping safe and well, and I'll see you back real soon with more videos. Thank you for watching, Take it easy. Bye-bye.